Your brain doesn't rest when you sleep. That is one of the most dangerous myths in modern health culture, and it is costing you your memory, your mood, your metabolism, and possibly your life. A landmark study tracked over 50,000 adults and found that people who consistently skip deep sleep stages show measurable brain shrinkage in areas directly linked to decision-making and emotional control. Not in elderly patients, in adults in their 30s and 40s. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through exactly what happens inside your skull during deep sleep, hour by hour. What gets repaired, what gets erased, what gets rebuilt, and what silently breaks down when the process is cut short. This is not a bedtime story. This is biology. Before we go hour by hour, you need to understand the one mechanism that controls everything. Think of your brain like a city that never stops running. During waking hours, traffic moves, factories operate, waste accumulates. Every night, there is a maintenance window. The streets get cleaned, the broken infrastructure gets patched, the filing systems get reorganized. That maintenance crew is your glymphatic system, a network of channels surrounding your brain's blood vessels that only fully activates when you lose consciousness. During the day, your neurons produce metabolic waste, including a protein called beta amyloid, the same compound found in excess in the brains of Alzheimer's patients. Your glymphatic system flushes it out, but only during deep sleep, when it operates at nearly 10 times its daytime capacity. Miss the deep stages, and the garbage piles up, night after night after night. Hour 1. You close your eyes. In the first 45 minutes, your brain descends through light sleep, and then something shifts. Slow, rolling electrical patterns called delta waves begin to dominate. This is slow-wave sleep, the deepest and most biologically critical stage of your heart rate drops, your body temperature falls, and your pituitary gland releases the largest single pulse of human growth hormone your body will produce all day. Not in the gym, not after a protein shake, right here in the dark. That pulse triggers synaptic consolidation, your brain's editorial process, deciding what memories from the day get encoded into long-term storage and what gets permanently deleted. Stanford researchers have shown that even a single night of disrupted slow-wave sleep measurably impairs factual recall the following day. This first deep cycle lasts 60 to 90 minutes, and it is the most vulnerable window of your entire night. Alcohol, late screens, a room 2 degrees too warm, a single phone notification. Any of it can collapse this cycle before it completes. Protect it like your cognitive future depends on it. Because it does. Hour 2. Your brain surfaces briefly into lighter sleep, then descends again. This second deep cycle is shorter, but something specific happens here that most people never hear about. Your hippocampus, the seahorse-shaped structure that acts as your brain's memory transfer station, begins a process called memory replay. Your neurons literally refire the patterns from experiences earlier in the day, stamping emotional and factual memories into cortical storage. Think of it like your brain running a backup to a deeper, more permanent drive. Research published in Nature Neuroscience confirmed that this hippocampal replay is not random. Your brain prioritizes emotionally significant events first, which is why a stressful day can make your sleep feel vivid and exhausting, even when you technically slept enough hours. The biological term here is cortisol. Elevated cortisol from chronic stress directly suppresses the hippocampal replay process, fragmenting memory consolidation and leaving you mentally foggy the next morning, regardless of how long you were in bed. This is where most people's sleep begins to lighten for good. and where the consequences of cutting sleep short become most severe. Your glymphatic system is still running, flushing beta amyloid and tau proteins through cerebrospinal fluid channels. But something else begins. Your prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for impulse control, emotional regulation, and rational decision-making, undergoes what neuroscientists call synaptic downscaling. During the day, your brain forms thousands of new synaptic connections in response to stimulation. By hour 3 of deep sleep, your brain is pruning the weakest of those connections, sharpening the signal-to-noise ratio of your neural network. Without this pruning, your brain would become saturated, overwhelmed, like a hard drive with no available space. Every emotion would feel amplified. Every decision would feel harder. Every small frustration would feel catastrophic. Sound familiar? That is not a personality trait. That is a sleep deficit expressed in your prefrontal cortex. Here is what you can actually do with this. Keep your bedroom below 18 degrees Celsius. That temperature drop is not comfort preference. It is a biological trigger for delta wave initiation. Stop eating within 3 hours of sleep because digestion elevates core body temperature and directly competes with your glymphatic activation window. Avoid alcohol as a sleep aid. It collapses your slow-wave architecture and blocks the growth hormone pulse in hour 1 entirely. Tell your doctor if you wake consistently between 2 and 4 in the morning. That is not normal aging. That is often a cortisol dysregulation pattern worth investigating. And watch your sleep consistency more than your sleep duration. Your glymphatic system, your hippocampal replay, your synaptic pruning, all of it runs on a circadian schedule. Irregular sleep times fragment the process, even when total hours look fine on paper.
Your genetics determine how efficiently your brain clears waste at night. Your habits determine whether it ever gets the chance. Deep sleep is not passive recovery. It is the most metabolically active, neurologically complex, and biologically irreplaceable process your body performs in a 24-hour cycle. You cannot bank it on weekends. You cannot replace it with naps. You can only protect it, night after night, by understanding what is actually happening inside your skull while you think you are doing nothing. Tell us in the comments, do you wake up feeling genuinely restored, or do you hit the alarm and already feel behind? Your answer says more about your brain health than almost any test your doctor could run. And if you want more of this, subscribe to Body Decoded. We will keep translating the science your body is already running. Your body is already running.